And this is XML that describes the following concepts. So you will see that we have activity that is named main activity. Input filter is that this will be the activity that will be started with the start of application, and you will have IC launcher as icon that will be used. Application name we will pull from strings folder in resources values, subdirectory subfolder, and the theme will be our team Damjanović that we already created. And if we have more than one activity, we will also have all of our activities listed here. And we will list launcher, as I said, which will be first that will start with our application. And when we talk about permissions, so to access network, to access internet, that is all permissions must be listed here, because if you don't list here, your application won't compile. After you list them here, when start your application will ask you, do you give the permission to use internet, to use camera, to use... I think that you already saw that before. Okay. Now, build Gradle. There is a couple of build Gradle files here. Gradle is like Maven. That was two concepts that are competing for the market. Maven and Gradle will go to internet and download all the libraries that your application needs to use. Okay. So we here in the Android, in Java world, in Spring Boot world, we don't use pre-installed all libraries on our computer. We will list what libraries we need in Maven or in Gradle files, and after that, Android Studio, IntelliJ or other Eclipse, for example, will pull all the libraries from the internet and compile them into your project. Did you understand what I just said? So that is the main purpose of Gradle. That is two competing technologies that are some of you will use one, some of you will use other technology, but in the Android world we use Gradle, and it will download all libraries that you need. So here you can see much more information. You can see SDK version, you can see version of your application, you will see minimum SDK version, target SDK version, which will be used to run your application, to compile your application. When you talk about strings, I mentioned strings inside of values subfolder couple of minutes ago. You will see all the strings here. So title of our application is named with key app name, and that was what we already saw in XML file. That will be so we can here can have much more strings, much more values, and by this we can pull them in our application as values, for example, like here, like Damjanović. Okay. Within a REST layout, we again have graphic appearance of our application, and this is commonly known as designer. So this is designer of our application. This is what we will mostly use. So when you choose this button on the right side, we will see a list of widgets. And for example, when select common widgets, you will see button, text, view, and so on. but there is more of them. Second button will split. You already saw that split the designer in two parts, but we will lose buttons and widgets. And the third button will show you only XML code if you like to examine and to write it that way. But I don't think that anybody of you will try to write this because you will use designer probably. Drawable folder have some different images for different size of screens and from different density. And we now, before in older versions of Android Studio, we used PNG graphic. Now we use WebP graphic, which is more advanced concepts, new concepts. And we can have six generalized densities of our images here. And you must know that every image will look differently on different size, because it is not only about size of some screen, it is about density of screens. So how many pixels for x and epsilon it will have. So sometimes if you use only one size of image, that can be good looking on your screen, but when start of application on another screen, on another phone, it will be distort in some way. As the introduction, I must only mention r.java file. In that file, that is not visible. In earlier versions of Android, it was clearly visible, easily accessed from Eclipse or from Android Studio. Now it is not. It is hard to find. In this application, you have pairs of value and so key value and some long number that uniquely identify some resource in your application. For example, this text view that you already see on your screens probably will be listed in r.java file in some way. Why is it important? I will easily now when you know what r.java is, it will be easier to follow the other part of action. So please open the main activity Java. Now you can see on create method, and we will examine it deeply what this onCreate method is and what any of these lines mean. So system, when you create code, when you write code here, this code is automatically generated. You will, by using this onCreate, you will launch. It will be launched from XML file, from Android manifest XML file, because this is the main activity that will start with our application. This is first activity, and when starting this activity, onCreate will be automatically started. And we here list basic operations that we need to use only once the application starts. For example, we have bundle object. Bundle object is an object that allows us to save some values state of our activity. In case that we need to switch to another application, we can save by using this class, this object, and after that to restore the state of our activity. This is in parameter save instance state. View Compact is here to provide backward compatibility. Do you know what backward compatibility is? Compatibility with all the versions of Android, with all the versions. So Android is emerging from version to version. It is adding new options, new features, and sometimes to achieve the same effect on all versions of Android, you need more efforts. And this backward compatibility is something that is allow us to with writing one version of code over all versions of Android. But our application should work without this, and I'll show that later. And by calling set content view, and this is the most important part here. So set content view, we are calling r.layout.activity_main. Okay, most important part. So please wake up if you are not here, be here, please. R.java. I mentioned it a couple of minutes ago. So pairs of name and long unique ID, numerical unique ID. So R, we are going to layout folder, you know, where is this? You see it on your screen. And what is in layout folder? Activity main XML. So what we are connecting here, this code we are connecting together with activity main XML. Okay. Do you have any question now? So that is pairing this code for this with activity that we will describe on XML side. Okay. This is most important part of this. And after that, we will start rendering. Edge to edge, this is also a new feature. We can use all the space, including title bar and status bar in our application. This is a new feature that is automatically included in our application, but our application could work without it. So please be free to comment edge to edge, and these lines, but do not include these curly braces. Okay. To comment, please, slobodno iskomentarišite. So it will work without new features also. And for start, it is easier for you to concentrate on only these two lines. First, on create, we should recreate previous state, if any, and set content view, we will connect layout with this code. Okay. I must say that I started this lecture with one more goal. I had intention to show you how Gemini works here, but for now, Gemini is not allowed in Bosnia and Herzegovina, so we cannot use Google Gemini. Do you know what Google Gemini is? Yeah. So yes, chat assistant that will help you to make your code better. I tried it on IntelliJ paid version, and I must say that this is emerging technology, that this is something that will be here, it will stay here, but it is emerging right now. It is not still finished. So this is the first part and long part of lectures. Now we will go to coding more and more and more. So now we will change the source code for that. Please select activity main XML. Select text view. So click on it. Click on text view. And on the right side, you should see if you select designer. Let's see. You will see, thank you, assistance. You will see ID. And you should enter TV naslov. TV naslov should be under the ID. Anybody needs help? TV naslov. TV from text view. TV and Serbian naslov.